So today...
Evil Dead?
No, it's not even called The Evil Dead. This one is simply called Army of Darkness.
So we watched The Evil Dead 2, which was an absolutely amazing film. I loved it.
Yeah.
And it definitely ended on a cliffhanger straight away.
Yes, it did. And
So,
this follows straight on from it. And it's a very different movie to the first.
Also Sam Raimi?
It's also Sam Raimi, and I think it's very much a comedy rather than even horror.
Well, the second one was a
It was
comedy.
Yeah, it was definitely a comedy, but it was comedy horror. I think this has even less horror and more comedy. Are you excited?
I am actually. I want it to retain some aspect of horror. I don't want it to go full out wacky comedy. I like the quirky nature of the second one, but
yeah,
I liked also the kind of cabin in the woods
Atmosphere,
style claustrophobic atmosphere.
Yeah.
It's the first DVD we've gone back to in a while actually, and DVDs are quite old fashioned. I can't really remember since getting Blu-ray how you actually play a DVD.
No,
I think.
Is it like that?
Yeah, and then you just bring it down.
And then you turn it on.
That's playing.
I think there's about 65% of people aren't subscribed right now to this channel.
65%, yeah, I've heard about this, and I just completely blame you.
Me?
Yeah. Drop a little sub.
Yeah. And hit the notification bell to be reminded of when we release said reactions.
I really want a massive bell on the side of the
bing,
wall.
Bing, bing, bing.
A shout out to our good friend Nickflix. If you haven't checked him out, go and check out his genuine reactions over on his channel now.
He's actually doing a reaction series to WandaVision, but go and check that out.
Go and check him out because I think he's great. And he used to be called The Boys Watch, now he's Nickflix.
So he's also a good patron of ours. He supports us. So please share the love and go and support him. Without further ado, Tom.
Army of Darkness.
My name is Ash, and I am a slave. Close as I can figure it, the year is 1300 AD, and I'm being dragged to my death.
We've got one shot to complete this. There's one take to complete this shot. Is this reshot?
It might be, you know.
I think it is.
I believe he is the one written of in the Necronomicon. He who's prophesied to fall from the heavens and deliver us from the terrors of the Deadites.
He's one of Henry's men! To the pit with him!
Doubt the chainsaw.
The budget must have been incredibly higher than the last one. It's a massive set as well.
I am Henry the Red, Duke of Shale, Lord of the Northlands and leader of its peoples.
Well, hello, Mr. Fancy Pants.
Are they even in England, or are they just in some
I don't
random world?
know.
There is an evil awakened in this land, and while my people fight for their very souls against it, you, Henry the Red, wage war on us.
It was you who first turned your swords on us, and this evil is befouled my people as well.
May God have mercy upon your souls.
If they were my enemies, I wouldn't say, may God have mercy on your souls. I'd be like, may God on your souls.
What year was this?
1300 AD
No,
or something. Oh, the film. Ash's turn.
I never even saw these assholes before.
Oh, the doors are closing. Oh my god. Ugh.
He's gonna...
Oh!
You know your shoelace is untied.
He's wearing armor.
Who's next?
You.
Now get on those horses and get out of here.
That's how I'll be when lockdown ends.
Sword boy!
What did he say?
Sword fight, yeah.
That's got it as well.
This is my boomstick. 12-gauge double-barreled Remington. S-Smart's top of the line. Retails for about $109.95. Shop smart. Shop S-Smart.
That's the place he works at. I like the over-exaggeration flips.
Let's talk about how I get back home. Can you send me back or not?
Only the Necronomicon has the power. Only you, the promised one, can quest for it.
You shall never obtain the Necronomicon!
Oh.
Yo, she-bitch.
She-bitch. A lot of shaky cam.
How many bullets does he have?
Just a pro at reloading.
If the Necronomicon fell into the hands of the Deadites, all mankind will be consumed by this evil.
Does he say groovy in this one?
Groovy.
Hey, yeah.
He's got a robot arm now.
It is said that thou wilt journey for the book to help us, and that thou wilt lead our people against the evil.
Only reason I'm going to get the book is to get home.
And I made this for thee.
Good, I could use a horse blanket. Give me some sugar, baby.
This is like a cheesy...
It's almost like a parody,
yeah, it's a
isn't
parody,
it?
yeah, pretty much, yeah. This was back in the day when you could literally make any movie you wanted.
If he had a good track record.
This path will lead you to an unholy place, a cemetery. There the Necronomicon awaits. When thou retrievest the book from its cradle, you must recite the words, Klaatu Verata Nictu.
I do like fish out of water time travel kind of films, but you never really get them, do you?
Not anymore. It's Lord of the Rings this. Stole it, they did.
Yeah, right. Oh, that's the old zoom in POV shot.
Yeah.
I forgot the words already that he was meant to say.
Nectar for Expecto Patronum.
If this was Red Dead Redemption, he would have been knocked off and hit a tree by now.
The editing's so unique, isn't it? And the camera
Yeah.
work is so unique with these films.
You never know what it's going to be either with these films, do you?
Yeah. Just put his metal hands over to warm it up.
Is that him? Oh, it's a mirror. Oh, for God's sake, I was waiting for something like the laughing deer from the first one.
You lousy little... I'm gonna hunt down all you...
Oh! What the hell? It's just complete slapstick.
London Bridge is falling down.
It looks so weird. That looks so weird. But what the hell goes through his mind when he's writing this, man?
I love like the motion
That
though. It's like
looks-
stop motion.
Yeah.
I'm badass. You're a goody little two shoes. Little goody two shoes. Little goody two shoes.
Is he going to dissect it?
The editing is so cool because it's the windmill. The lighting.
Didn't know that. That's such a cool shot.
I was just going to say that, you know. I was just going to say it.
That'll teach you.
That was good editing.
You shall never retrieve the Necronomicon. You'll...
What's that you got on your face?
So not only did he chop off his girlfriend's head and bury her, he also chopped out off his own head and buried himself. There it is.
That was easy.
Easy. He had to fight 5 of his little selves and a big self. Oh. And there's 3.
3 books.
Oh, for God's sake.
That is so cool. Look at that.
Wrong book.
You think?
Seems fairly obvious.
Klaatu, Verata,
Nectar?
Necktie.
Nectar.
Nectar.
Nectar, I think.
Klaatu, Verata. That's it.
Oh!
Okay there.
Hiccup.
You almost died.
Keep your damn filthy bones out of my mouth.
I did my part. Now I want back.
To himself. Oh!
The promised one's returned!
The fuck out of my face. Now send me back.
Did you speak the words?
Look, maybe I didn't say every single little tiny syllable, no, but basically I said them, yeah.
When thou misspoke the words, the army of the dead awoke.
I did my part, now you send me back!
The wise men shall return you to your own time.
Wretched excuse for a man.
The wise men were fools to trust in you.
I still believe that thou wilt help us.
Oh, Sheila, don't you get it? It's over.
Sheila.
Coward.
Oh, here we go.
I mean, you could have ran like 200,000 yards by now. Sheila!
For God's sake, why is she called Sheila, man? They are hideous
Yeah.
monsters, aren't
Dig faster! We shall storm their castle and get my book.
That's cool, man. That's so cool.
they? It's cool.
Bring on the wench!
It's like the orc from Lord of the Rings. I'm telling you, Lord of the Rings copied this movie. Ah! Ah! That took
Bit
a
random,
weird,
wasn't
took a
it?
weird turn, that did.
An army of the dead gather in the wilderness, and they approach the castle.
I'm afraid to swallow us oath.
Go ahead and run. Run home and cry to Mama. Me? I say we stay here and fight it out.
We are but 60 men.
Then we'll get Henry the Red and his men to fight with us.
Who's with me?
Oh, God.
You can count on my steel. I'll offer up my courage. His soul's by his side.
On my axe. I reckon I could lead
No.
an army
No.
against the army of the dead. I reckon I could do it.
You couldn't lead
you
anything.
could play this character here.
You couldn't lead a guide dog.
She been... Oh, well, they're getting his car.
She's just going to run them all over.
They're home alone in this place up, mate.
No, I think they're just fixing the car.
Oh.
It's going to go back to the future and it's just going to be some weird
Yeah, that's what I thought. Will he change the future for the worse? Like,
No idea. How does he know how to fight? He doesn't know. Like that gate's gonna stop and they can literally pick it up and pass it through the bars. Good makeup though.
I always rate it when they're all individually crafted, like to
Yeah.
be different.
Once I possess the Necronomicon, I shall rule, and you shall be my queen.
I wonder if that's Ash in there, in that suit.
Yeah, probably.
Bruce Campbell.
Where are they keeping my book?
Beyond the drawbridge on the second wall. That would be the safest place.
Bring me forth into that castle!
Look how he's wobbling on the horse.
Is that the gunpowder?
Yeah. Do it now!
Go! Why does he remind me of the Grinch so much?
Tom's probably thinking, what am I watching?
I'm just thinking, no way was it that easy.
The second division approaching from the south.
Touches the door now!
Why didn't they do that before?
Where is Henry the Red?
I said he'll be here! He'll be here!
No matter how this battle fares, I was wrong to think you a coward.
Oh.
He has a car.
Is he running away?
Yeah.
Or is he getting his car?
Protect the book!
What the hell?
No. What if he just goes... Ooh, little stunt there.
We've secured the courtyard, my lord. Now I will have that book.
It's cool how they're using practical effects, like for the skeletons.
And people were mixed together. Whoa! He's gonna kill him like he killed his other girlfriend. Is this a better battle with the Army of the Dead than the Game of Thrones final season?
Oh, 100%. Surely there's another way up. There you go. Where do you go?
I agree with what you say though. This must have had a literally insane budget.
Yeah. Oh, you can grab it and put it through the bars.
You found me beautiful once.
Honey, you got real ugly.
He's dead.
Here we are.
Oh.
That's a cool shot.
You're going down.
I'm going up.
I've got 2 swords each.
Oh. Nice. Oh. Why does the music stop?
Let's get into the final serious conflict.
Yeah.
Where's Henry the Red? Why is he not here?
Oh. Oh, maybe not. It's him.
I got a bone to pick with you.
God's sake.
Oh, Jesus. That would kill your fist.
Duke Henry and his men have come.
Much better than the...
The Gandalf charge.
Yeah.
Helm's Deep.
I would have loved to be a part of this film. In terms of filmmaking.
Buckle up, bonehead, because you're going for a ride.
Sheila's alive. Is she?
Yeah, I think she is.
The book tells us that each drop allows a man to sleep for a century. Swallow 6 drops, and thou shalt awaken in thine own time.
She's not going with him, can't.
If it was me, I would have had one last twist where she was still a demon or something. Or they could have him wake up in Victorian London instead, and there's vampires or something. It's like Back to the Future. The remake of The Evil Dead, they went for the hardcore horror cabin in the woods instead of going for this quirky anything that's possible.
That's because it was the remake of the original. And the original was a hardcore horror. Why would you do that? Why would you actually do that? Because what if you wake up and there's no way to get out?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5.
No, 6 is too much.
Are you kidding me? Is he going to wake up in the future now?
It'll be like flying cars and or is it going to be a
The end of the
post-apocalyptic?
world, Mad Max style.
He was in London.
That just annoys the hell out of me because why couldn't they have made a follow-up?
They could have made another one, but they obviously just didn't. They moved on to better things. They moved on to Spider-Man, Tom.
If you were to put this in a genre, what would you put it?
I have no idea. I have no idea.
I would put it as a
slapstick horror comedy.
Action fantasy
horror
with aspects of self-parody.
It's got so many different genres in it.
I really admire Sam Raimi as a director, and I think they probably set out to just make the kind of wackiest idea that they possibly could, you know?
Yeah, I admire that as well. The ballsiness and the creativity behind that.
And just, like we said, the budget must have been intense, but the way that everything was achieved, whether you like the tone or not, if you're thinking about all of the practical effects, the stop motion, but the actual makeup as well, everything aesthetically was really good, I thought.
Yeah, the fact that they were able to express their creative minds with mostly practical and just editing tricks just goes to show how inventive they are as filmmakers, which I appreciate.
So I really like the tone at the beginning of this film that's kind of over the top
Fish out of water.
Fish out of water. I love that concept, as I was saying, but I like that kind of over-the-top tone when he's fighting the different demons at the start, the Deadites or whatever you want to call them, and how the action is comical, but not over the top, and the tone is still quite a little tiny bit sinister, isn't it?
It is slightly.
It carries a tone from
it does.
Evil Dead 2,
it does.
definitely.
It does.
But
It has those quiet moments where it's like
Yeah.
lingering, and you're just like, what's in there?
But then obviously from the point where he fights those little versions of himself, I feel like the tone diverges off in a different direction, which is definitely more self-parody, slapstick comedy.
Yeah, it definitely does.
And just personally, I
don't
much
like that.
prefer the tone of the second film. I kind of describe it as like a kind of quirky tone in the second film, whereas this one is definitely more cartoonish slapstick. I think they are similar, but there's something for me about that second film that's different.
Yeah.
I don't know whether or not it's because it's more kind of demonic.
I think it is because it leans more towards horror, whereas this doesn't, like, at all. It does at the beginning, but after a while, it literally just goes.
Definitely reminds me of kind of like fantasy films that I watched as a kid.
Yeah.
Like really old films like Dragonheart and Willow and stuff like that. It's that sort of tone, but they're obviously parodying it.
Yeah.
But then even kind of like 80s action films as well,
of
like
course.
Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, and that sort of
what
heroic tone.
I think the reason why they went with this direction with the first film, they created they did an R-rated horror, and a lot of people didn't buy it because of how R-rated it was for the time, and they weren't able to go off and do a different movie, or they did and it didn't work out, so they went back to the Evil Dead franchise. So that's when they did Evil Dead 2. But I think the reason why they went for this tone for Army of Darkness is to showcase potentially what other genres they can do.
I think why not, you know? Yeah. Why tread the same ground? Like Sam Raimi in this film, especially at the end, you know, you can talk about how it's comedic and parody with the kind of fighting and the beats that it goes for, the characters that it goes for, but when you see the action that's directed at the end, when you see all of the special effects that are directed, even the choreography in that, he clearly shows that he can direct action well.
Yeah, definitely. The one thing that I love about all of these movies and Sam Raimi directing these types of movies is the experimental camera work. Now, we saw it a lot in Evil Dead 2. We didn't see it as much in this one, but there were still hints. So like the camera the camera's still following the sword that came down. When he was locking himself in the wind turbine, not windmill, sorry, and the
sort of
and the
montage shots when he was getting that arm and when he was building.
But also the editing tricks with the smaller cells. So he's definitely experimenting more.
Yeah.
So yeah, I love to see it.
There's a skill behind it.
Yeah,
I mean,
and a creative mindset to even think of it.
In this sort of time period, you're also doing some things for the first time. It's not the first stop motion by any means, and it's not the first film to use miniature.
No.
Try and get miniature people and things like that. But again, it seems to me like it's perfecting it. The way it utilizes it is not necessarily over the top.
It's a lot harder back then to do it successfully and believably.
I love Sam Raimi in these films because he doesn't seem hindered by the studio. Like, do you know, after Spider-Man 2, they say with Spider-Man 3 that Sony were really like breathing down his neck on everything that he had to do.
Yeah, they wanted more characters.
This just goes to show, doesn't it? And you said at one point, this was back in the day when you could make any film you wanted, but it was before, I think, insane studio interference. I mean, there was studio interference, but not to the level that you kind of have.
No, definitely
today,
not.
I don't think.
There isn't a film like this that's come out that's just like so.
I think it can be a tone that kind of alienates some people because they want either straight comedy or straight horror, don't they?
And I think it's a product of its time as well. You wouldn't see and you wouldn't engage audiences with something like this if it came out today.
I don't know. I think
there's context.
Things are changing slightly, but yeah.
I love the experimentation that follows through from Evil Dead 2. The tone of it is very unique and it's not for everyone. And I do think it drags slightly in some areas. It's a fun watch. It's such an entertaining watch. So I'm going to rate this a 6.8.
I much prefer this Evil Dead 2.
Yeah.
Purely because in my specific preference, I enjoy that tone a little bit more.
Yeah.
They are similar. I just think this borders on like slapstick, cartoonish comedy a little bit more without that kind of quirky horror aspect as well. You know, the narrative isn't that good, but I love Bruce Campbell, and Sam Raimi is just awesome as a director.
Yeah.
The special effects are insane as well. I'm going to give it a 6.8 as well.
So that was our ratings,
Army of
6.8
Darkness.
and 6.8. We actually agreed on this one. Very rare that we do
I think,
agree.
yeah. Let us know where this ranks in your
Evil
ranking of the Evil Dead films.
Films, yeah. And let us know what the rating
I
you would
definitely
choose.
want to watch Ash vs Evil Dead now. Though.
Yeah.
Just to see
I
like an
love
older
it.
version of his character.
Yeah.
And see how he plays it.
Let us know if you want to see us react to Ash vs Evil Dead. We've got the first 2 seasons on DVD.
Is there
We can get there's 3. Make sure you subscribe because only 60% of you or 65% of you are subscribed. So we're trying to reach 100k.
Trying to reach
100.
100k.
Yeah, by the end of the year. So smash that subscribe button and let's hope we can reach that target. But also hit the notification bell if you want to see more.
We'll see you next time on our next sequel.
Right, bye.